If you were faced with him in all his glory, what would you say if you had just one question? Yeah, yeah. God is great. Yeah, yeah. God is good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What if God was one of us? Just a slob like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus, trying to make his way home. Just trying to make his way home. What would it look like, and would you want to see it? If seeing meant that you would have to believe in things like heaven and Jesus and the saints and all the prophets, and yeah, yeah, God is great, yeah, yeah, God is good, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. What if God was one of us? Just a slob like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus, trying to make his way home. Nobody calling on the phone, except for the Pope, maybe.
Brava. Good morning. My name is Pam Wittenberg, and I'm honored to be your worship associate today alongside the Reverend Valerie Freseman. She is minister of the First Universalist Church of Southold on the North Fork, and she will be presenting Croissants Not Donuts about inclusiveness. So that planted a seed for me. I cannot wait to listen. We are fortunate to be sharing the unique and beautiful Twin Forks with the Reverend Freseman and her active and thoughtful congregation. Our congregation, Reverend Freseman's congregation, and the North Fork UU Fellowship in Jamesport, and maybe others will adopt along the way, are the three official UU congregations on the East End. And we all share the ancestral lands of the native peoples who inhabited this land for thousands of years before us. That proximity to UU's, the vibrant Shinnecock Nation and its culture here on the East End, and the vast diversity of plants, animals, and people living and working here is something to marvel at. And it invites a unique opportunity to share ideas, to grapple with what we think are the fundamental truths or the most important values. Maybe I'm contemplating, as the seed of inclusiveness is put in my mind, maybe we can think more widely, open up and accommodate each other more, become more inclusive, and perhaps be a force for good change. We depend on each other and are connected to each other. As Unitarian Universalists, we come together in worship each week to honor what is of worth. In this hour, we pause the everyday rush and flow of our lives. In reverence and thanksgiving, We connect with what is sacred, to remember our commitments to each other and the world. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on your life's journey, whatever your name for the sacred, you are very welcome to bring your full self here. Today's musicians are Megan Chasky and Emily Weitz. In addition to being musicians, Megan is a poet, writer, farmer, retired, educator, mother, healer, actress, storyteller, the list goes on. Emily writes and sings her own songs, teaches yoga still, yep, brings her 2 daughters and her husband, partner here sometimes, and is an active community member, and her parents are here. Welcome. Thank you for being here. The tech hosts are Carl Wittenberg on the computer, who makes it possible for you to attend Zoom and to look at these services again. I know he has an announcement to make in a little bit. Monica Zasada's on the camera, along with Anastasia. Thank you. Let's see, we have live transcripts hearing. Everyone can hear okay? Okay, very good. May I remind you to please silence any devices. And let's see, if you're joining us in the meeting house or from home, we invite you to settle into this sacred hour, free from distractions. About announcements, you will find them in your order of service. There's a link in the chat. If you'd like any announced to the congregation, get it to our administrator by Tuesday of the week you'd like them announced. Just a heads up, annual meeting is on Sunday, June 8th at noon. Please be here. We need your vote. Okay. Are there any announcements on the floor for a minute? Oh, I think Carl was going to make an announcement, but he'll come back. Any visitors who'd like to introduce themselves? Okay, other than the parents. Okay, please take a moment now to greet your neighbor. We'll come back in a moment. You can get up, you can mingle, and we'll just take a moment.
Universalist of Southold.
Oh my gosh.
That's okay. Yeah, that happened last spring too. I even forgetting this.
So I have an important announcement. I want people to know we just installed a new mixing board in the sound cabinet. You can thank Stephen Skoldberg for contributing the equipment. This mixing board should fix a number of issues we've been having here, including the Bluetooth headphones that some of you use will work much better now, actually. So if you need some hearing assistance, the hearing assistance will be more assistive than it used to be. And the Zoom feed should be more reliable as well if you're on Zoom. We also have a problem with a simple amplifier that was running the hospitality speaker is dead. If anybody has an old, like 40-watt amplifier that's sitting in your attic or your basement, let me know, because we need to amplify that one speaker. And Carol, I mentioned that our headsets are working much better now, if you need to try one out. I just wanted to let you know. Thanks. Oh, and if there's any little glitches, just bear with me.
Our chalice lighting words this morning are those of Marilyn Falkowski. We welcome you. We know you come here for different reasons, to find community, to seek your spiritual and personal truths, to question, to nurture your heart and soul, to be nurtured, to explore new ideas, to find comfort, and perhaps to find the answers to some of your biggest questions. We welcome you. We know you come from different places, different religions, different beliefs, and different backgrounds. We hope you will find comfort, connection, challenge, and love here. We hope you will find ways to outreach to others in this congregation, in your local community, and in our world community. If you could join me and rise in body or in spirit and sing your opening hymn, number 38, Morning Has Broken.
Morning has broken like the first morning. The bird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for the spring, fresh from the word. Sweet lovely sounds sounded from heaven, like the first dew on the first grass. Praise for the singers of the red garden, sprung in the breezes where God's feet pass. Mine is the song, thine is the morning, born of the Father, He is the way. Praise creation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day.
Our first message is from the book, The Librarian, The Fight Against Book Bannings in America by librarian Amanda Jones. In Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous blueprint speech, his second point was, in your life's blueprint, you must have as the basic principle the determination to achieve excellence in your various fields of endeavor. You are going to be deciding, as the days and years unfold, what you will do in life. And once you discover what it will be, set out to do it and do it well. I am a librarian. I strive to be the best librarian I can be, not for myself, but for true community. I love my job, and I love representing the library world. I want to achieve excellence in my field. To achieve excellence, I must stand up for intellectual freedom against pro-censors who seek to destroy one of the last free public institutions in our community. There is a saying that nothing ventured is nothing gained. Those of us who want to achieve excellence and were raised with solid blueprints have got to speak out and fight back.
Don't you know, talking about a revolution sounds like a whisper. Don't you know, talking about a revolution sounds like a whisper. Standing in the welfare lines, crying at the doorsteps of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment lines, sitting around waiting for a promotion. Don't you know, talking about a revolution sounds like a whisper. Poor people gonna rise up, get their share. Poor people gonna rise up, take what's theirs. Don't you know you better run, 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 run. Oh, son, you better run, 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 run. 'Cause finally the tables are starting to turn, talking about a revolution. 'Cause finally the tables are starting to turn, talking about a revolution. Oh, well, they're standing in the welfare lines, crying at the doorsteps of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment lines, sitting around waiting for a promotion. Don't you know, talking about a revolution sounds like a whisper. It's finally the tables are starting to turn, talking about a revolution. It's finally the tables are starting to turn, talking about a revolution. Oh, well, they're talking about a revolution. Oh, well, they're talking about a revolution. Oh, no.
Thank you. I forgot to mention, we have a collections here. The green basket's going to be passed around, and this is for the gifts that support the work we do in the congregation. The blue basket will be in the back. It's for the helping hand and other things we do to help those in need. There's a QR code in your order of service. If you don't mind playing that song again while we do that, we are so happy to hear it again, or any song that you have in your sleeve. Thank you.
Should we just do that song? Let's do a little more of that song. Start with the best part. Don't you know you better run, 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 run. Oh, son, you better run, 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 run. Finally the tables are starting to turn, talking about a revolution. Finally the tables are starting to turn, talking about a revolution. Oh, well, they're standing in the welfare line, crying at the doorsteps of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment line, sitting around waiting for a promotion. Don't you know, talking about a revolution sounds like a whisper. Don't you know, talking about a revolution
This meditation comes from the words of Richard Rohr. Exclusion operates by the same rule of mutuality as welcome, for it harms both the excluded and the excluder. If you are the hands of exclusion for long enough, you learn acceptance only at the hands of someone else's exile. You learn belonging as competition, not restoration. It is also a kind of restlessness, for the energy you expend forbidding others to walk through the door of community is only matched by the energy you expend competing to stay inside yourself. This is maybe more dangerous. No one ever perceives the doorkeeper as needing an invitation themselves. Let us put into practice those words, recognizing the times when we consciously or unconsciously exclude rather than include, other rather than befriend, or push to the margin instead of drawing the circle wide.
This is the time in our service when we have joys and concerns. If those in the meeting house may come up and light a candle and come to the microphone, tell us your name, who you are. On Zoom, if you'd like to raise your hand and chat, let us know, and I can either light a candle for you or you can do it yourself. While I light the last two candles, let's hold one more moment in silence together before we start our next hymn, "'Tis a Gift to Be Simple," number 16. One moment.
croissants, not donuts. Truly, one of the most profound pieces of advice I have been given as a Unitarian Universalist. Think of what happens when 60 teenagers gather together after having driven up to 3 hours to spend a weekend in community with other teenagers at a mass sleepover, a con in UU terms. When they arrive, they may know only their friends from their own congregation, or if they have gone to these types of events for a long time, they may relish the opportunity to reconnect with 1 or 2 people they've met, but not the others. Inevitably, they form cliques. You know the kind of gathering I mean. You can witness it at any social setting for any age. You even see it at times in coffee hour, when people unconsciously congregate around folks they know. When we form donuts, small cliques turn inward for conversation with those we know in the midst of a larger group, we make it difficult for newcomers to edge their way into this circle. In the worst instances, people see more of the backs of people than their front. And we are all inclined, sometimes without realizing it, to get lax about learning new names because if you're a bit on the socially anxious side to begin with, you may opt to stay in your circle. And in the end, you never truly stretch yourself to acknowledge the new people. But if you think of yourself, your group, your project, your learning, your way of moving in the world as decidedly, well, croissant-y, crescent-shaped, able to absorb others a bit and be open to others, then your view of people and ideas will transform. Be open, not closed. Be a curious croissant and not an inward-facing donut. Be welcoming, not exclusionary. The breakfast pastry metaphor works, at least for me, because it has as much to do with stretching ourselves as it does with providing safety for others, as much about risking something as it is about the rewards that come from it, as much as about providing hope for people needing it, as it is about holding the mirror up to our own behavior. Our Unitarian Universalist values promote pluralism, justice, equity, compassion. And yet, there are people we know that wish to promote a world of exclusion, racism, homophobia, and transphobia, instead of a world with love at the center. These donut people want to ensure that there is little curiosity and little support for those who are different than them. They want to be sure that children and adults alike are limited in the experiences they can learn about. And one of the many ways they're doing it is by attempting to ban books. Now, we only need to look back on our own lives and to experience the ways in which both teachers and librarians and their guidance helped us. We are shaped as much by them and the books we encountered as we are by our families. Miss Burga taught me in the 3rd grade that opera could be cool, and I developed an appreciation for all kinds of music. Mr. Lafarge taught me not to worry too much about what my parents thought about what I should study in college. Books like A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle and the Judy Blume books, they tell us who we are. They answer questions in ways our parents cannot. And I bet that if you were to go back and find out what you checked out at the library at age 7, age 14, age 21, you would have a snapshot not just of what you were concerned with, but also what concerned the world at large. The questions we ask throughout our lives are mirrored in the books we choose, and the questions we seek answers to shape our morality. So imagine then being a 7-year-old and discovering that there are no books with characters who look like you or have your family's experiences. Imagine only reading of the stories of one ethnic group or one expression of gender or sexuality. Books are an invitation to have compassion for a wider world, to travel with both the mind and the heart. We know what is important, what is truthful, what is made up, what is valuable, what is kind, not just from our interactions with people, but also from what we read. We know what fact and fiction are by reading both. We learn about trustworthy and untrustworthy narrators and how to sift through perspectives only by reading books freely available through the library. And isn't this in some way what church or meeting houses, what community is about, religious community? The opportunity to take both risks and feel safe. Books and libraries help us to do this too. And for that reason, I think our Unitarian Universalism calls on us to be aware of these efforts to ban books and limit educational resources, even when it seems to be happening mostly outside of our own state. We should strive to be in solidarity with those who, like the librarian Amanda Jones you heard from earlier, found themselves in harm's way because she fought for access to books about and for children who were LGBTQ and BIPOC children. In short, works of literature that reflect the world as it is and not the world as one narrow viewpoint would have us see it. When Amanda Jones spoke out against far-right attempts to censor and remove books from school libraries, she became a target of defamation and hate speech that she was promoting an anti-family agenda. They sought to discredit her and even distort the truth about how books are picked for libraries in the first place. As she talks about in her book, she came from the same type of community in Louisiana and religious upbringing rooted in evangelical Christianity that many of her detractors did. But her beliefs taught her to understand what it might be like to walk a mile, so to speak, in another's shoes. Her personal experiences becoming friends with gay and BIPOC people during her schooling kindled her desire to use her gifts and her passion for books to serve a wider cause. And it was especially her witnessing of the families and individuals that she served in her role as a local librarian that made her appreciate what a role she played. I think we can, as UUs, learn a lot from librarians about how to deal with the donut people. When the donut people show up at the school board or cry out against critical race theory that teaches the true history of this nation,
You take action.
they are seeking to do more than remove books. They are attempting to make us fear our neighbors instead of learning about them. They turn their backs on pluralism and create closed donuts out of all of us, rather than creating places of transformation and equity. As Unitarian Universalists, we embrace justice, pluralism, and transformation. Everything we do is centered on spaces of hope. We are croissant people, not donut people, even when we sometimes get it wrong. Croissant thinking is evidence of a special kind of invitation that we are called to as Unitarian Universalists, the invitation to belong. The world has precious few places where people feel they can belong and yet question, have their identity affirmed and embraced instead of judged and excluded, find sanctuary and also a community in which we can all take risks to bring about a new world. Is this not the love that the world seeks? The justice and compassion it needs? And so, my fellow croissants, in a world full of donuts, we must ask ourselves, how are we each going to get better at this? What personal and collective actions are we taking to model this value of belonging and inclusion, this diversity and equity centered upon an expression of abundant love? Amen, Ashe, Shalom, and blessed be. If you could rise in body or in spirit and sing our closing hymn, number 18, What Wondrous Love.
We're going to play it through once so you'll hear the melody, just so you know.
Our closing words are those of Theodore Parker. Be ours a religion which, like sunshine, goes everywhere. Its temple, all space. Its shrine, the good heart. Its creed, all truth. its ritual works of love, its profession of faith, divine living.
Well, nature has helped extinguish some of our chalices with candles, but let us, if you will, please, let's recite together the words in our order of service for extinguishing the rest of the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth. Please remain seated while we listen to the final song. Thank you.
If anybody feels moved to sing along, you're welcome to. You who are on the road must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, their father's help will slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams. The one they pick, the one you'll know by. Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh, and know they love you. And you of tender years can know the fears that your elders grew by. So please help them with your youth. They seek the truth before they can die. Teach your parents well, their children's help will slowly go by, and feed the one they pick, the one you'll know by. Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh, and know they love you. Thank you, everyone.